River City Junction, River City next stop.
You're crazy with the heat. Credit's no good for notion salesmen.
Board, all aboard.
Why? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlotte, you're an old salesman. Your firm gives credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
River City next.
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button hooks.
Cash for the cotton goods, cash for the hard goods,
Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods.
cash for the dogs and the pigs and the birds.
Look, what do you talk?
You can talk, you can talk. You can bicker, you can talk. You can bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk, you can talk. You can talk, 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 talk. Bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk all you want, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't. But you gotta know the territory.
Ever met a fellow by the name of Hill?
Hill?
Hell.
No. Just a minute. Never heard of any salesman. Hill?
Now he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory?
What's the fellow blind?
Just a minute.
Never worries about his line. Or a doggone thing. He's just a baby bell ring, a big hole, straight go, neck and nothing, rip roaring. Every time the ball is that salesman, that's Professor Harold. Hill. Tell us what his line was.
He's a fake and he doesn't know the territory.
Look, what do you talk?
He's a music man. He's a what? He's a music man and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town with the big trombones and the rat-a-tat-drums and the big brass bass. And the piccolo, uniforms too, with the shiny gold braids on the coat and the big red
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks, perhaps, and here and there a loose heart.
No, the fellow says band, boys band. I don't know how he does it. But he lives like a king, and he does, and he goes, and he plucks, and he shines. And when the man dances, certainly boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly boys, what else? The piper pays him.
Yes, sir. But he doesn't know the territory.
River City Junction, we're crossing the state line in Iowa. Population 2,212. Board.
All right, if you're all through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never saw in my life, but I do know this much. He's giving every one of us a black eye. After he's worked the town over, the next salesman to arrive. It's automatically tarred and feathered. We're out to the city limits on a rail.
Why would he get rode on a rail?
Since in order to sell uniforms and instruments and instruction books, he has to promise to teach the kids to play and form them kids into a band, with himself as the leader.
Sure like to be around when you catch up to that fellow.
Well, it won't be on this trip, not in Iowa. Even the great Professor Hill would try to sell them neck-bone Hawkeyes out here.
Board.
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll have to give Iowa a try. Don't believe I caught your name?
Oh, there's nothing halfway about the Iowa way to treat you when we treat you, which we may not do at all. There's an Iowa kind, a special chip on the shoulder attitude we've never been without that we recall. We can be cold as a falling thermometers in December, and we ask about our weather in July. And we're so blind and stubborn we can stand touching noses quarterly and time the mercy arms are. But what the heck, you're welcome. Join us at the picnic. You can have a fill of all the food you bring yourself. It's really
come anyway.
We can be cold as a falling thermometers in December if you ask about our weather in July. And we're so bad, yeah, summer we can stand. But your nose is for a week at a time and never see our time. But we'll give you our shirt and our back to go with it. If your cough should happen to die.
So what the heck? You're welcome. Glad to have you with us, even though we may not ever mention it.
Really ought to give an Iowa, Iowa, to Buttes and Moines, Attleboro, Rushtown, Mason City, Kilo, Ace, Clearly, ought to give Iowa a try.
Mr. Squires. Yes, I'm interested in a rig for Sunday if you can accommodate me.
Well, I expect you don't have a man in charge of hiring. Who is late as usual?
Hey! Gregory!
Marcellus!
You old son of a gun, what is...
Shh.
But Craig,
Professor Hill's the name.
but Greg, what are you doing here? Why didn't you let me know you was coming?
I didn't know I was myself. Besides, who would have guessed you'd ended up in a tank town like this? You were a pretty big slicker when you're in business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you were. Besides, I got me a nice, comfortable girl. Ethel Toppelmeyer, boss's niece.
You've gone legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
What's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business. I heard you with them steam automobiles.
I was.
What happened?
Someone actually invented one.
No!
Now give me the lowdown here, Mars.
You'll never get anywhere in the band business with these stubborn irons, Greg. Besides, we got a step-up music teacher who'll expose you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's a librarian, female.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. If she passes by to me, point her out.
I will. How are you going to start the pitch?
Same old way. Keep that music teacher off balance. And then my next step will be to get your town out of serious trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. You remember. Now what's new around here? What can I use?
Well, nothing. Except the billiard parlors just put in a new pool table.
They've never had pool here before?
Only billiards.
That'll do. Either you're closing your eyes to a situation you don't wish to acknowledge, or you're not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friends. Right here to say trouble, right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player, certainly mighty proud to say I'm always mighty proud to say it. Why, consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. Hope we cultivate a horse sense, and a cool head, and a keen eye. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum. With a capital B and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. Now, I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're looking around that hall? They'll be trying out Beagle, trying out Cubits, trying out tailor-mades like cigarette fiends, and bragging all about how they're gonna cover up a telltale breath with sense. And one fine night, they leave the pool hall, heading for the dance at the Armory, Libertine Men, Scarlet Woman, and ragtime. Shameless music that'll drag your son, your daughter, into the arms with a jungle animal instinct mass stereo. Friends, the idle brain is the devil's playground trouble. Right here in River City. rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. We've surely got trouble. Right here in River City. Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school. Mothers of River City, heed the warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The moment your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Are certain words creeping into his conversations? Words like swell and so's your old man. If so, my friends, we got trouble right here in River City. With a capital T not rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. We've surely got trouble right here in River City. With a T, gotta rhyme with a P, and that stands for pool. Excuse me, did you drop your...
No.
Hey, didn't I meet you in...
No.
I'll only be in town a short while.
Good. Hello, Mama.
Hello, dear.
Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town.
Oh? Who?
I never saw him before.
Did he say anything?
He tried.
Did you say anything?
Mama, of course not. All right, Amaryllis, now your exercises. Soldo, la, re, ti, mi, a little slower. Then please keep the fingers curved as nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind me saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Well, excuse me for living, but I've never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of River City people and taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library is entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should you take advice from you? Even if you can quote Balzac and Shakespeare and all the mother hyperlink breaks.
Mama, if you don't mind my saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
I haven't changed the subject, I was talking about that stranger.
What stranger?
With the suitcase, you may be your very last chance.
Mama, do you think that I'd allow a common matcher now? Really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
I know all about your standards, if you don't mind me saying so. There's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that one called Bunyan, St. Patton, or Webster. If he cooked it for himself, I relish my indignation. I was stubbornness in your library full of books.
Well, if that wasn't the best I've ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I?
May I have a drink, please?
Yes, dear.
Is that a way to walk into the house? Hello. That won't do at all. I'll have a kiss for my boy. That lady over there is your sister, young man. Hello, Winthrop. Winthrop, where are your manners? I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you come? I would especially like it very much if you came. Winthrop? Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you at her party. Are you going or aren't you? No.
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name. He won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his lisp. He's ashamed. We know all about the lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop, I'll bet he won't say it.
No, thank you, Amaryllis.
Amaryllis! Amaryllis! Why does he get so mad at people? Just because he lisps?
It's not just because he lisps, Amaryllis. That's just part of it.
Then what's the other part?
Never mind, dear. It's just that he never talks very much.
Not even to you? Or your mother?
No, we all have to be a little patient.
I'm patient, even though he doesn't ever talk to me. But I do to him. Every night, I wish him good night on the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it, too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Sleep tight.
There, darling, you've lots of time. If not Winthrop, there'll be someone else.
Never! I'll end up an old maid like you.
For the time being, just say goodnight, my someone. You can put the right name in when the right someone comes along.
I guess it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.